All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to be talking to y'all and showing y'all how to make your MDF subwoofer box look like glass when you paint it. So the first thing is we're using body filler on all the speaker screw holes. So I always inlay all the screw holes and any nail holes as much as I can by punching the nail holes in, or on here, drilling a little bit bigger hole after I've drilled the pilot hole, screw it down. Now we're going to use body filler, which is this right here. So we use body filler, which as you can see right here, and then we sand it down with 80 grit to be like this, nice and smooth. Makes it super smooth, and then we'll come back with some glazing putty, which is just a little tube, and we'll go over all the little spots, and then we'll sand it. We'll dry it off, and then with MDF, you're gonna have to use a oil-based paint. So it doesn't matter how much you build up. Like right here, the Bondo started to cure, so I just went ahead and threw it on there, and I can sand all that down. Now we're gonna do all the joints eventually, but for right now, this is what I've got, and then I'll come back once I get all this sanded, everything bondoed up, and we'll go on to the next process. All right, so I've hit it with the glazing putty. We're gonna let that dry for 30 to 45 minutes. You can wait a little less, about 20 minutes, depending on the heat. The sun's gone down, so I'm gonna give it about 45 minutes. And then I'm gonna come back with the orbital sander on 320 grit, and then I'm gonna do the port with 320 hand, and it'll be ready to paint. Everything's nice and smooth, and you're good to go. So I'll show you what it looks like once it's painted. All right, guys, we have this thing baby butt smooth. I mean, this thing is perfect. So we're starting to add the black to the port. That's always the hardest part, so you always want to do the port first so you don't ruin the rest of the box that you've painted. So this is layer 1 of black. It's starting to turn gray because it's going to absorb some. We're using oil-based semi-gloss for MDF. Paint the back of the port on the inside, back of the port, inside. That way you get it all the way down. And then we'll do 3, maybe 4 coats of paint. Then we'll tape off the inside of the port, and then we'll come on the outside with the white. All right, stay tuned. Okay, so I still have to touch up the port. I haven't had a chance today too, so I'm about to grab the paintbrush and just do straight lines around the port so it looks good. But as you can see, what we're talking about, there's no wood seams where you can see it looks like one piece of wood now. There's a few little areas that we had some issues with some bugs and stuff, so we still got to work on that. But everything, as you can see, the wood's really good laminate together with all the wood glue we used. Let me show you. So we didn't bother doing a whole bunch of work to the back side. So as you can see, it's seamless. You can't tell, but on the back, if I can get over here without touching the box. So on the back, this is just one layer. I don't know if y'all can see, but you can see it's separate layers. So there goes a buddy of mine. So you can see this is just one layer of paint on the back because the back's not as important, but you can see where the layers are. These will disappear after a couple more coats. And then on the front, it disappears as well. But here in the back corners, we didn't focus as much, so you can barely see it. Now, this box does have a few runs and a few blemishes. We used oil-based paint for the layers. Now, once the show's over, we'll go ahead and sand this whole box with 320 again, get it nice and flat, and then we'll add a water-based paint to it, and that will give it a really nice, smooth coat. But so far, this box has turned out awesome.